Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Here are the top stories of the day as covered on Mega News. Prime Minister Kyriakos Mitsotakis attended his regular monthly meeting at the presidential mansion in Athens, where he briefed President Konstantinos Stassoulas on the potential impact of the escalating conflict in the Middle East on Greece. According to government sources, the country's focus is on possible economic consequences, particularly the risk of rising fuel prices and broader inflation. Officials say the government is closely monitoring the fuel market to prevent profiteering, distinguishing between price increases caused by international energy markets and unjustified price hikes by businesses. Authorities also say Greece currently has sufficient fuel reserves and there is no immediate concern about supply shortages. At the same time, the government is evaluating possible support measures for households if higher energy costs begin to affect everyday expenses. Officials say any interventions will be implemented carefully in order to protect consumers while maintaining fiscal stability. Authorities are also examining whether the regional crisis could affect the tourism sector, although bookings remain strong for now. Prosecutors in Thessaloniki have ordered a preliminary investigation into the circumstances surrounding the death of a teacher who suffered a massive stroke last Saturday. The order was issued by the head of the Thessaloniki Court of Appeal Prosecutor's Office following media reports and testimonies alleging that the teacher had been subjected to repeated bullying by students. According to reports, the woman, who taught English at a public school in the Thessaloniki area, had complained of ongoing harassment inside the classroom. Colleagues and friends say the incidents included taunting, threats and objects being thrown at her. In a written report she left behind, the teacher reportedly described specific incidents and dates. In one case, she said she was struck by a plastic bottle of water and a textbook. In another, a container of chocolate milk was thrown at her. According to statements cited in media reports, several students also blocked the classroom door with desks and mocked her during lessons. The teacher had even requested a police presence at the school and had been referred to a health committee after complaints from some pupils about her behavior. A 25-year-old man died after being struck by a car that was driving on the wrong side of the road in Thessaloniki. According to Greek police, the crash occurred when a 27-year-old driver was traveling in the opposite lane of traffic for reasons that remain under investigation. The driver then lost control of the vehicle and mounted the sidewalk. The car struck two pedestrians. One of them, the 25-year-old man, died from his injuries. The second pedestrian was injured and taken to the hospital for treatment. Police arrested the driver at the scene and authorities have launched an investigation into the circumstances of the crash. Witnesses told local media that the vehicle was moving at high speed before the collision. According to their accounts, the driver continued uphill and did not slow down despite road reflectors placed shortly before the location of the accident. Some witnesses also reported that another car was traveling at very high speed in the same area at the time. Police in northwestern Greece have arrested a 29-year-old man on suspicion of attempted fraud after impersonating a monk to collect money from the public. The case emerged after a complaint by the Holy Metropolis of Ioannina, which reported that an unknown man had been approaching citizens dressed in clerical robes or plain clothes. Authorities say he claimed to be raising donations for the construction of a monastic cell without the knowledge or authorization of the local church. Officers from the Ioannina Criminal Investigation Subdirectorate located and detained the suspect on Sunday afternoon. During searches of his person and residence, police seized several items, including a semi-automatic air pistol with magazines, plastic pellets and a gas canister, 2 pairs of metal handcuffs and a 21-centimeter knife and a fake metal police badge. Authorities also recovered 2 stamps bearing the details of a police officer and a higher monk, along with various monastic garments. Investigators are examining whether the suspect also impersonated a police officer to intimidate potential victims. The man was brought before the prosecutor at the Ioannina Court of First Instance while the preliminary investigation continues. A 62-year-old man died after suffering a fatal injury while cutting wood in a remote wooded area in western Greece. Preliminary information indicates that he was using an axe to cut the wood when he accidentally inflicted a severe injury on himself. The wound reportedly caused heavy bleeding and he died before he could receive assistance. Because the area was isolated, no one initially realized what had happened. Concern grew when the man did not return home, prompting relatives to begin searching for him with the help of police. He was eventually located late Monday evening, but he had already died. These were the top stories of the day as covered on Mega News. Thank you for watching.